It's late at night. A security camera records a quiet backyard. Nothing unusual until something walks into frame. Not a person, not an animal, just legs. Tall, thin, white, moving in a way that doesn't make sense. No arms, no face, no sound. Just walking like it belongs there. And the most disturbing part? It's not the only time it's been seen. Tonight we analyze one of the strangest pieces of footage ever captured with the Veritas Project. Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast, the Project Investigation Collaboration, brought to you by the Veritas Project. And as always, we are here with our gracious host and founder of the Veritas Project, Robert Wiki Bob Curtis.
Hello.
And I'm lead investigator Todd Boyer, and welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Yeah, welcome in.
Welcome. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's been a week. This week has been like 2 months long.
Yeah, I no lie. So you and I decided that, we saw some really good stuff on the internet this week.
Yeah.
Some really, really crazy stuff. So we're going to touch on the crazy stuff we saw
Right.
to start off.
Yeah, to open up, we're going to go over news. That's
right. So Gerald the dolphin.
Right.
Out of Florida.
Yeah.
A gentleman was found soaking wet on the beach, writing up plans for buildings.
Yeah.
He said he was taken by dolphins, held underwater for 3 days, and was forced to help them build an underwater city.
Yeah.
Including a city center and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
He claims to have learned the dolphin language, not learned it, but enough that he could tell what the dolphins were saying.
Right.
And the lead dolphin's name was Gerald.
Right.
And they asked him, how did you breathe underwater? And he said, Gerald took care of that. And they said, well, how did it work? And he said, I don't know. I didn't question Gerald. He said, you don't question Gerald.
Right.
So this was a whole thing that's really been going crazy on the internet. And it's just absolutely hilarious and a little bit out there.
Yeah. If you're in the know, right? If you're a South Park fan, you were in on this joke from the very beginning, right? Because if you remember back when the whole transgender thing first started, South Park made Kyle's dad wanted to transition into a dolphin. So Gerald Broflovsky got a dolphin ectomy, whatever they called it, to basically turn himself into a man dolphin and then communicate only in clicks and whistles. And it was hilarious. And so that's what, if you know that, as soon as you heard this, then you're already like, this is funny, right? Because this guy's obviously putting one on.
This is going everywhere. That's the funny thing.
The funny thing is that people on TikTok have no idea of South Park from 10 years ago, or however long ago. It was a long time ago. Yeah, but I still, as soon as you said that, I got the image of Gerald with his little walker, because they sewed his legs together like flippers, and he's got a walker, and then his son, Kyle's like, what happened, Dad? And he's like, ooh, click, 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 like making dolphin noises at him.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. So with the fact that he said Gerald the dolphin,
right?
Immediately I knew. I was like, oh, this is
gold.
This is silly right here, because we're on the same team, right?
So that has been blown up, but here's an actual fringe one that I've seen recently. People are finding items that they've only had one of, and now suddenly they have multiples. Or they'll have most of a set, and suddenly they have the last piece of the set. So they're believing it's timeline overlap that's causing people to suddenly have these extra items or completing of the set or
Right.
whatever. So the poor person that, in the other timeline is missing a bowl or a plate
Right.
or whatever.
Like, what happened to my bowl, man?
Two instances that I specifically saw. One lady bought a plate from the thrift store I believe it was to put a plant on or something like that. And she packed it up, moved. When she got to her new house, she had two of them.
Right.
So she bought the one plate specifically to do one thing, and then suddenly she's got two of them. Another one was a woman had this collection of bowls, and she had 4 of the 5 bowls in the collection, each one being a different color. Suddenly, she's got the 5th bowl.
Right. She was missing the yellow one.
She was missing the yellow one, and then suddenly she's got the yellow one. So I think we're going beyond Mandela effects at this point.
Right. And the timelines are bleeding together.
The timelines are really bleeding together. So
that is a theory that I've entertained for a while, that maybe part of the CERN wasn't like a timeline jump. It was more like the CERN is like a big magnet that's pulling 2 timelines together.
That makes sense.
That
makes a lot of sense.
In the one timeline, it was a catastrophic world-ending event.
Right.
And then the one right next to it, that never happened. So instead of just making the new timeline or just jumping to the new timeline, it just squeezed the 2 timelines together so that the other timeline kind of has bleed through, basically.
Right. So, yeah, so that's some of the interesting stuff that I saw. Is there anything that you can think of that you came across this week?
You showed me the video of the flashlight dog thing.
Flashlight dog thing, yeah.
There's a lady who gets home from work, and there's a guy walking down the street with a flashlight.
Well, it says hello and causes her to turn around.
It says hello like in a child's voice. So she turns around like, what the hell? And then the man turns into a dog with a flashlight head, and then takes a few steps and turns back into a man with a flashlight in his hand. Mm-hmm. And then it moves like behind some posts or whatever, and then suddenly it's like a man with the headlamp on his head. And then it turns around to go back where it came from and turns back into a dog running on all 4s, and then back into a dude again, and then back into a dog and runs away.
It's a weird video because the changes in the height. Now, you and I both said when it got to the end, it kind of looked like AI, but the way it changes the height of the flashlight as it's moving, when it's facing her, the flashlight is high when it first starts talking to her, and then when it goes into dog form, it's low near the ground and then back up.
Right.
And it's actually, when it goes under that that pavilion, it's actually like flashlight height, and then it's like up here. Way high,
like even higher than his head.
So yeah, it's a weird video, but we've seen some pretty interesting, cool videos, and we want to touch on them this week.
We thought that would be a new thing we'd do in the beginning of the podcast, is have like the week in weird. Maybe we'll make a little thing.
Right? Yeah. So, Bob, what are we talking about this week?
The Fresno Nightcrawler. Yeah. So basically, this family in Fresno were going through their footage at night because they got motion detected on their camera. This is 2007. So we're talking old generation, cameras. So it made a ding saying that it detected motion or whatever. So they went back through the footage, and what they caught was, it looks like a pair of white pants walking through their yard is the best way to describe it. And it kind of lumbers and has like a flow to it. And it is weird. It is a very weird cryptid. I don't even know what to think, because it doesn't look like any aliens that we know of. It doesn't look like any animals that we know of.
I would call it CGI if it wasn't 2007.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's an old video camera from 2007. Think about what camera technology looked like back then. That's what this looks like.
Right.
It's grainy, it's blue, it's weird looking. And then here's this thing that looks like exactly like you think, like a pair of pants.
Right.
Walking across the the thing. And then the weirdest part of it is, a few years later, the same exact thing shows up in video surveillance footage in Yosemite Park, and only this time there's 2 of them. There's a big one and a little one. And it's the
just
weirdest.
walking weird
Yeah,
pants.
it's like.
and it just literally looks like tall white pants.
It looks like a.
There's
like
no
a,
torso, no
right.
arms, no face. Just looks like tall white pants.
Right.
And it moves fluidly.
Right.
So it's got, like Bob said, it's got like this, good way to describe it, shaggy, when he walks with his arms kind of,
right.
like, how he flips his hands at the end.
When I first saw it, I thought maybe it was like a kid with a cape. Mm-hmm. And then the infrared camera is just illuminating the fabric of the cape. But then when you look at the footage zoomed in, because this was on Paranormal Fact or Faked back in the day, and they zoomed in and pixel by pixel interpolation
and everything,
and you can see through the legs.
Yeah.
So it is legs. It's not a kid wearing a cape, which is what I thought it was. Because to me, when I first saw it, I was like, you know what this is a kid in a Halloween costume like the Headless Horseman. Right. And then all you're seeing is the edges of the front leading edge of the cape. And then because the outfit he's wearing isn't illuminated in infrared, then it just looks like a black space, right? But when they zoom in and repair the pixels, you can see through the part where the child would be. So it's not a dude wearing a cape, or it's not,
And it's walking, not stumbling. There's no hesitation. It's a smooth gliding motion. It's kind of wild.
It's weird the way it's gait, because it doesn't have like knees.
Right.
It kind of like I don't even know how to describe it. It almost looks like someone is like puppeting it. But when it was on Paranormal Fact or Faked, they went to this guy's house and looked, and there's no way from the angle where the camera is looking down at such a steep angle, you would need a fire truck or a helicopter to pull this off. You know what I mean? You would have to have something
to put the strings way up in the air.
Right.
You'd have to be 20, 30 feet in the air.
There was no drone technology at that time that could pull this off. I mean, it's like I said, as far as cryptids go, they're all kind of weird. But this one, I don't even know. It doesn't look like anything that we have a reference for.
Oh man! So the walking pants phenomenon, which is the internet's name for it,
right?
It just looks absurd.
It does.
It just
It looks like a pair of white pants, like joggers or something, because there's no feet either.
And it's so funny looking, but it's so weird. It kind of crosses the funny to the horror.
Yeah.
It's kind of just an interesting.
Well, you think thing. Like if you were walking outside at in the middle of the night, because this is like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and you saw this thing in your yard, like how you'd have a whole come apart over it. You know what I mean? Like a man-sized pair of pants walking across your yard with no head, no arms, just legs, and with no knees either. It moves like eels or something. Like it's like a tentacle even.
Yeah, it's got such a weird gait to it.
Right.
Oh, let's see. I mean, hoax theory. You're looking at puppetry, which they ruled that out.
Like we said, there's
costume
no way.
possibility. They ruled that out.
Yeah.
Digital manipulation claims. This is a long time ago.
And the homeowner gave them the original footage from the DVR. So they know that it hasn't been manipulated because they have the original footage with the timestamp and the metadata that shows it was straight out of the DVR. So it wasn't something that was added to the DVR, because the DVR has its own metadata that says what sort of camera it was, what the focal length, all that stuff.
So the theories are, is this a paranormal thing? Is it a ghost? Is it non-human intelligence? Is it other dimensional being? I mean, what is this thing? They throw out all the theories, and this is one of those that it's so weird.
It's so weird
that you can't classify it.
Yeah, you can't even put it into a category.
All you call it is a cryptid, because you really don't know what it is.
I mean, it technically is alien, because it doesn't look like anything we've ever seen before. So it is, and alien, right? By the definition of the term, it's an alien. But I don't. Is it extraterrestrial? Is it something from the ocean? Is it something from the earth? You know,
Right.
is it a tulpa? Is it a thought projection? Like, I mean, it could be so many things.
And the fact that it shows up again 5 years later, and then in a totally different spot, which is kind of still in the area, but still a different part. Like not on the same camera or same neighborhood or whatever.
Right. A
But
whole different area.
there's two of them.
Yeah.
Is what throws it into the hecka weird category.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, there was a smaller one with the second time.
So it's just
so outlandish that you're like, I don't even know what category to put it in.
right. I mean, because is it a cryptid though? I mean, it's thrown into the cryptid category, but is it a cryptid really?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really know because we don't know if it's a biological or not. Because cryptids they're the biological,
Right. It's like a monster sort
Right.
of thing. Like this is something that's totally new. It could be 20 years from now. They're like, oh, these dummies, you didn't even know what the Fresno Nightcrawler was, and they're all over the place now. People see them in their backyard
Right.
kicking trash cans over. Like it. I guess they all had to start somewhere.
Right.
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 So the first person who saw the Jersey Devil is probably like, look at that thing. What is that?
So now it does parallel a little bit of native folklore. Spirit walker theories, guardians, entity interpretations. So there are regional myths, but we don't have that info, unfortunately.
I wouldn't even like Native Americans, I guess, had a thing, but the thing I know what they're talking about, and it goes back to what my initial thought was, is that it was a cape. Because that's what the Native American myth was. It was like the warrior in this story had like a cloak type garment, like a blanket that would protect him, and that's what they're saying that this is. But then where's the dude?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the cloak is looking for the guy. You know what I mean? Like,
And the reason that this footage is so convincing is, like Bob said, it comes from a low quality security cam way back in the day. No obvious edits whatsoever.
no.
Natural lighting conditions, multiple recordings exist.
Right.
And the movement is consistent through all the different recordings.
Right.
So totally interesting new one for us this
Yeah.
week. So
Yeah, it was one of the first ones that like really blew up on the early Reddit, and back when they used to have forums. Remember, everybody had a forum. There was like the Bigfoot forum. There was paranormal forums. Well, this was on one of those for a long time, and that's how Paranormal Fact or Fake got a hold of it. So they wanted to see like could this be recreated? Could you do it? And when they did, you could obviously tell something was off with their footage, and when they did their reveal, they're like, here's our version, and it looks similar, but it still looked like a
Fake.
puppet or
Yeah.
something. So it was like, yeah, you recreated it sort of, but it doesn't look like the one in the video. You know what I mean? The one in the video obviously is, for lack of a better word, alive.
right.
Because it
The way it moved.
Right, the way it moves it's a being of some sort, whereas the one they created was,
You could tell it was.
it was a puppet, and you could see that it was a puppet, and then in the footage you could see the cable that they used to make it. So then you would have to paint that out, and then you know what I mean. There's too many plot holes in their recreation of it for
Right. So yeah, go look this one up.
Yeah.
This one is definitely worth taking a look into. The Fresno Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Go check that video out. Now, something that we discussed before we started, and we forgot because we are going to talk about it early. It's sitting right here in front of us. Bob, got
Yeah.
a new toy.
Right.
Want to grab your toy there, Bob?
It's not a new.
It's a new old toy.
It's new to me.
It's a new to Bob
Yeah.
old toy.
So this is a magnetometer, and the Navy used to use these to detect submarines, because when a submarine moves through the water, it creates a magnetic field. So early ghost hunters glommed onto this idea. They thought, well, we could use this same tool to detect minute magnetic changes in the environment. And that's what it does. Basically, it has a field coil wrapped around it, and then there's a magnetic needle that sits on here, and then
Sitting over on the desk.
yeah. Well, it would fall off.
Right, it would fall
so
off.
I didn't
It
put
would
it
go
on
around.
here. Yeah. But it basically will point at anything magnetic that's near it. So before there was the EMF meter, before we had K2 meters, the tri-field meter, even going back a couple generations, they used this. Mm-hmm. And this is an original one that I got from a Ohio school supply place. You can tell this is original because it is.
It is. You can tell.
It is.
You
old.
can just tell.
It was still sealed in its original box when I bought it.
Well, I mean, the ugly yellow gives
Yeah.
it away too.
And
That
it
ugly
has
70s yellow.
fingerprints that were not on it when it was made. They just, the oil from a person's hand being in the
Right.
box with this tape has solidified fingerprints on it. But yeah, this is originally how
That's your original EMF.
turn
meter
of
is
the
what that
century
is.
ghost hunters used this device here.
Turn of the century. That's like well before that. That's,
So we're going to bring this out.
We're gonna
to
start
our
using that.
investigations. We'll have it out there so the camera will film what's going on with the little needle, and it'll show you if something moves.
We'll just have to keep it far enough away from the camera that
Right.
the
phones.
phone doesn't.
It's
pick
very,
it up, so.
very sensitive. So
super sensitive.
I found out that my pocket knife has a little bit of magnetism.
Really?
That's how sensitive it is. Yeah. So if
That's
I can
wild.
hold my pocket knife up this far away from it, and the needle will point at it.
That's wild.
So very sensitive, very cool.
There you go. We'll have to stick
Old
that on the
school
floor.
ghost hunting tools.
There you go. New stuff. Oh, new old stuff.
Right.
New to us old stuff. New to the team.
Right.
Oh, so
Pretty
yeah,
good.
guys, definitely go check out the Jersey. Excuse me, not the Jersey Devil, the Fresno Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Jersey Devil, so
Right.
that was brought up. So, Fresno Nightcrawler, go check out that video. Go down that rabbit hole. We appreciate you guys coming in, hanging out with us on TikTok while we record here on the tubes. And if you're watching us here on YouTube, don't forget like, comment, share, ring that notification bell, smash that like button.
Smash it.
Like Bob likes to say. Check us out on the Patreon. Join the Patreon, guys. Doesn't cost anything. $0 membership. Simply gets you on the slide at the end in the credits.
Yeah, if you want to see your name on
Get your name immortalized on YouTube.
on a video.
Yep.
Join
And then
the-
you can say, hey, I knew these guys before
Yeah.
they became famous. And then, if you want to become a $5 member, we have postcards that we send out, which we should have something to sign here
Should
shortly.
be.
Shouldn't
Yeah.
we? It's probably next week we'll be signing those for this coming month. And then let's see, we have Book of Faces.
Yeah.
Go check out the Book of Faces, the Real Veritas Project, and go check out Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram's blowing up.
We're doing really good on Instagram. That one video is still
Yeah.
way up there. We've got a couple that are way up there now.
Mm-hmm.
They're shorts from this, and I think that's a good thing of us. What we did today is we'll have shorts of the little things we talked about
Right.
and this, so we'll have
Oh,
a
yeah.
good.
That was
Good
some
group.
plan.
So.
Because the AI will pick that out and make shorts out of it, so then we can have more varying topics to
We do
talk
better
about.
on the shorts than the long form.
Yeah, the shorts. We have a video where one of the shorts has like 60,000 views. The video itself has like 70 views.
Yeah.
You're like-
Well, I was just saying today that we have all these subscribers, and then I get excited when one of our videos gets 100 views.
Right.
It's like
Like
what the heck
14,000
happens?
people.
And
And they
it
don't
gets-
watch nothing.
Yeah. They subscribe when we have one that really hits.
Yeah.
They subscribe. And then we'll have something we've got one video that's like 14,000 views.
Yeah.
The Book of Oberon. But then, we've got 9s and 6s and 5s and whatever. But then we have literally under 30 views for a week or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just wild. But
Well,
it is what it is.
that one, the Panda video's not doing that bad.
No, it's got like 140 or something
Yeah.
like that. So it's doing okay. People actually tuned in to find out if we were talking crazy, talking about
Right.
pandas.
Yeah, they were ready to hate on us because the shorts where we had talked about it before, they thought that it was our theory.
Right.
And that we were putting out there that, you know what I mean, that pandas aren't real. They didn't realize that watching the whole video that we were actually talking about someone else's theory, but the Opus clip program picked out the little nugget that sounded like we were
Right.
saying that, like,
Yeah, it wasn't our theory.
Right.
It was a theory that we heard before. And we are about truth. Someone on the TikTok said Veritas equals truth.
Right.
That is absolutely right. We want to talk about the truth, and we want to get the things out there that are fringe.
Yeah.
That it's so funny, the things that we look at and put out there. And we always say, what's the difference between a conspiracy and the truth? Usually about 6 months.
Yeah. Right.
So we put the things out there that we see up front and get out there on the leading edge out there, and we come across stuff, and what do you know? Come to find out, it's true.
Yeah.
So that happens a lot.
I'll tell you that usually we'll something will land on our radar, and then I am a research crazy person, and I will nail down whatever that is, and if it's legit, then I'll bring it, to you guys, and then if it isn't, then I'll just throw it away. One that I'm working on right now, I'll give you a teaser. These meteors that we're seeing all over the world right now might not be meteors. So I got some confirmation last night that I can't really talk about because I haven't verified what people saw, but the thing that landed was not a meteor. So
well, I have been seeing. There's a video circulating right now that someone 12 years ago said that when this conflict that's going on now, when that conflict would happen, we would make contact. So let that one sink in.
Yeah.
So if Bob's, leaning towards contact,
Yeah.
that video, go out there and search for that. A guy came forward 12 years ago and said, hey, when this conflict between these two countries happens, that's when we're going to make contact. So there you go. So let's see. So also, if you guys got some kind of paranormal incident that you had, whether it be cryptid or UFO or ghost, send us an email. Send it to therealveritasproject@gmail.com. We'll talk about it on the podcast. We'll go through it and get as detailed as you can possibly remember everything going on, how you felt, weather, time of day, everything you can give us that you can remember. Literally everything.
Yeah.
The more detailed you get, the more we have to go by. So, and the more we have to talk about, honestly. So,
yeah, I will tell you, one of my new favorite things, excuse me, is What Three Words? Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen that app? Mm-mm. It's a geolocation app, but it's instead of like grid squares, it's like feet.
Okay.
Like within 3 feet of accuracy. So if you see something or you observe a paranormal thing and you want to tell us the location of it, go to What Three Words and look up what that number is, or that name is for that exact space, and send us that.
There you go.
Because it is whole orders more accurate than GPS is.
All right. Also, don't forget, come join the Discord. Chat with us in the Discord. Don't forget, you can pick up merch on Printify, the Real Veritas Project Printify. And was there one other? Oh, Dubby. Don't forget our partnership with Dubby.
Yeah, don't forget the energy drinks.
Boop. There it is. All right. We do that every week. Use the keyword whole truth, all one word, to get 10% off of Dubby. The more natural energy drink, not a lot of fillers and garbage. Update. I do want to have an update. We found this fantastic place in central Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
To do our annual meet and greet. It literally booked so fast that we couldn't nail it down.
Right. I don't know what happened, if something came out in the news or some sort of paranormal group that has a big following said something about it, but our team looked at it and said, oh, yeah, it's open such and such day. Go take the credit card, go in there and reserve it. So I clicked on it and I was like, it's not open. So then they're like, well, how about the next week? So I'm like, okay.
Booked.
So I click on that.
And booked. And booked. And booked. And booked.
Every single day.
Every single weekend
filled in
is booked.
Right before I clicked on it. So I don't know what happened.
It is a really great place. It used to be an asylum.
Yeah.
It's out in central Illinois. They have bunk houses with 4 beds each, but then they have a bigger bunkhouse that has like a recliner and a couch, which you could use as a base of operation. And it's a fantastic place that I would love to down the road. Maybe we need to think next year.
Right.
Talk to the people and say, hey, next year we want this.
Right.
So that might be next year. So we are having the meet and greet. It's going to be the first weekend in August. August 1st, actually, is the first Saturday of August.
Yeah.
But we have to find a new location because the place we wanted booked up so fast. We did the research. We found out it was a great place. And before we get it, it literally booked on us.
The price is right. Everything was
price
perfect.
is fantastic.
It was in our area, of
like
of
2 hours away.
Yeah.
Wasn't that far away. Literally, it's up to 12. It was $600 or something like that, up to 12 people.
Yeah.
So if we broke that down, that's $50 a person. And then you got the bunkhouses and everything.
Yeah.
And all you had to do is bring your own bedding.
Mm-hmm.
And so far cheaper than the Lemp, and we could have more people than the Lemp, but it just booked up that fast. Now, I know Robin and Angie are looking into some places.
Right.
In fact, they're looking at a school, I believe, in Alton, which is actually only 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
So we might catch something. So we still plan to have the annual meet and greet on August 1st, which is the first Saturday in August. And we're trying to nail something down and lock it in. We figured we'd have no trouble with that place being it's 5 months away.
Right. And it's close in the middle of nowhere in Illinois. So we thought, hey, that'd be perfect for us.
Yep.
Nope.
No lockdown. So
now we're going to we'll see, like Ghost Adventures has a special coming out about it or something.
Probably. There's going to be something about it. So, you know how they like to go in and ruin places like that.
Yes.
So, like the one down Prairie Road that you guys were talking about. The
Connor House.
The Connor House.
Yeah, that's a fabulous place. It's a bed and breakfast too.
So, how many can we get in there?
I don't know. It's another one. It has like a whole like bed thing in the attic. So if you wanted to rough it, then there's probably 10 beds up there.
So there you go.
Yeah, it has different rooms. It's a if you ever wanted to go on a vacation to a really nice place, off the beaten path to get away, the Connor House in Prairie du Rocher, Illinois is gorgeous. Gorgeous.
And you can go down the street to the what the heck's the name of the fort?
Fort de Chargers.
Fort de Chargers, yep. Right down the road.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us on as we record the podcast, and thank you for watching the podcast.
Yeah.
On the YouTubes, we do appreciate the support from everyone. On behalf of Bob, Angie, Robin, and myself, thank you guys for supporting us. And remember,
stay curious
and find the truth. And we'll catch you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
See ya.